Hello everyone and welcome to another official Junky Spot review. Today we have the Nano-Rabis, which are basically really cute, tiny baby rabbits. They're in the family of the Anthro dolls, so they kind of have like humanistic kind of looking bodies, but then they have like animal heads and other little animal parts. The Rabis are super cute. They are the same size and in the same family as that of like the Nano-Freyas that they offer on the Junky Spot website. And as you notice, the bodies are pretty much very similar. So if you can imagine it, the main thing that we're going to be taking a look at is our heads, because that's the big difference. It's the rabbit head versus our kitty cat head. But if you've seen the review for the Nano-Freya, it's pretty much the same body as that of a Hujoo baby, except we've got cat paws and cat feet. Or I guess you could call these animal paws and animal feet because they have the same. And that's pretty much it. I mean, they're the same, but the big key difference is going to be that head. So right now, the Junky Spot offers the rabbits in white, gray, and in pink. So just getting a quick look at them, just turning around and stuff. They're really cute. They have like really cute little bunny side profiles that look super awesome and rabbit-like. And their ears are really cute. Here's a close-up on our face for the gray one. And here's our white one. So really cute. They're very posable. They can sit and they can stand on their own. If you're into rabbits or kind of like the Anthro dolls that different companies sell, these are definitely really good. And they come very affordable since they're made out of ABS. Which basically ABS is another kind of plastic. It's not the same as resin. It's more of like your old tea set that you used to have when you were little, that kind of plasticky material. But they are strung, so if you move aside an arm, you'll see that they have the elastic inside them. So if you ever do need to tighten them out, you can get other elastic and switch it out. But it's really cool because they have strung bodies. It makes them very posable. And they have different jointing, and I'll kind of jump into that when we look at the review for them. So before we go ahead and continue, let me go ahead and give you guys some specs for these dolls since they are smaller than your average USD size dolls. They come in at about 12 centimeters in height. The eyes that they're going to use are going to be 12 millimeter eyes. We have our chest at 7.2 centimeters. And we have hips at 8 centimeters. If you compare it to that of some of our bigger Anthro dolls that Hujoo has, for example, this is the Hujoo Freya. The Nanos come up to about mid-waist here on the other dolls, so they are significantly smaller than the other Anthros that are sold that are kind of more in the USD size range. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look into these cute little Rabi dolls that the Junky Spot has to offer. Right off the bat, you'll notice that they have a head cap system. So that means if you want to switch out eyes, change the position of the eyes, if you want to do something with the strings, you're going to have to open this part right here. The best way to open it is just to kind of find a little spot to pry open and just go back and forth until the head cap comes off. So this is what the inside of our head cap looks like, which I thought was super interesting, and I had to go back and look at it again. The Hujoo Rabis, the little Nano-Rabis, have only pretty much 2 pegs. It has the one that is right here on the back of the head cap, and then the one that goes into this peg here. And then there's a tiny itty bitty one, I don't know if you can see that or not, one really tiny one at the bottom down here that'll go into this one right here to make sure it stays in place. You also notice that we have a set of strings right there. The strings that are there inside of the head are actually for the body and the legs. So if you needed to do anything with the body and the legs, as far as changing out strings, this is going to be the set of strings that you're going to need to change. And essentially all you do is you just take it off of the peg and then you'll be able to start messing with the strings. But you'll see that it looks like a lot of strings, but really honestly it's like a V. There's like a set that goes down here, a set that goes down here, and it comes up, and they just put them together and they made a knot. So that's pretty much what that is right here with this whole thing, this bunch of strings is. So like I said, I thought it was interesting the head cap that they chose for that one versus our Nano-Freyas. Our Nano-Freyas, if you were to open it up, has actually 3 pegs in it. So I'm used to seeing this one here that has like the 2 pegs here, and then they have Usually it has this 2 strings strung out between the 2 pegs, but you'll even notice that they only have 1 string, so I'm assuming that maybe, you know, we really didn't need to have that many pegs, so they only did the 1 peg here and the 1 peg at the bottom, versus this guy that has 1, 2, 3 different pegs. So super interesting, right? I found it to be interesting. To go ahead and put it back on, it's really simple. You're just gonna go ahead and match the peg to the other section there, and you're just gonna pop it on and bam, it's done. It's already on. So let me kind of show you a little bit as far as the mobility goes for the rabbits. They're comprised of different little joints and pieces. They have their heads, which can swivel around completely all the way around. They can move to the side to side really well. They can go down, they can go up, which is really nice. It's a really good range of motion for a tiny doll like this. Our arms can extend outwards. You can swivel them around to have them go in an upper position so they can touch their little faces. Looking closer at the jointing, like I said, it's very similar to that of a Hujoo baby. If you've ever seen the Hujoo babies, they have a joint for the arm right here that's got more of like a socket type thing. They can go outwards and inwards and all that fun stuff. The middle piece right here is just connected to like the, I don't know what you want to call it, like the wrist portion, and it can go at a 90-degree angle, and it can twist around too. And then we have the tiny little paws, and our tiny little paws has little details on it. It's got a little floating piece right here. If you were to move the floating piece from the other part, you'll see that it has a tiny hook, which is really nice, because then you can just change out the strings for the arms separately. You don't have to tear the whole doll apart, because sometimes they don't have those hooks there, and you have to like move everything off of it. So this is just, you can just hook it through the hooks there. We have a torso, 2-part torso system down here, and it pretty much can go from side to side. You can go a little bit to the front. It doesn't stick too much all the way, kind of stops there. And it can go backwards like this. So we kind of got like an arch in our back here. Going down to our legs, this is where it's kind of interesting. We have the normal socket that most dolls have. You'll notice that if you click it a certain way, he'll stand or sit. You get more of a solid sitting position through one of those slits in his legs for the elastic to sit in. If you look at our knees, pretty standard knees, nothing really crazy. Can bend, get a 90-degree angle. It doesn't go beyond that. We got tiny feet. Tiny feet with, once again, a floating piece at the bottom that if you separate the floating piece from the foot, you'll see that this guy, you know how I showed you earlier in the hands, had a hook. This one does not. So when you're restringing the legs completely, you're gonna have to string it through that loop all the way to the top and then tie it off at the top. That's pretty much, I mean, the mechanics. It's really, it's like a basic little doll. I mean, there's nothing really complex about it. So yeah, all in all, I mean, super duper cute. They're really cute. I imagine that you can do really cool face-ups with them too. And depending on what colors you get, if you get the white one, you probably can get a lot of things to stand out a lot. If you're doing grays, the gray rabbit, you can probably do some darker things and it'll blend a lot nicer. And then the pink one is just pink. It's so cute. They have that one on the website too if you want to check that out. So yeah, I hope this kind of helped you all out if you were looking into the Nano-Rabi dolls that are offered through the Junky Spot. If you want to see more on these dolls, or if you want to see the other dolls that they offer from the Hujoo company as well, please go ahead and check out www.junkyspot.com. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you guys in another video very soon. Bye!